That is very evident that in 3 years' time, we have more than doubled our revenue and still aspiring to grow at a 40% rate.
Welcome back to MSME Talk podcast for micro, small, medium enterprise businesses and startups. This is episode on CFO Voices on TReDS, part of MSME Talks Industry Insight. This short conversation is part of CFO Voices on TReDS, a series part of MSME Talks Industry Insight. In this, you will hear experience and perspective of Mr. Ranjan Mohapatra, CFO of Harsh Constructions Pvt Ltd, Nasik, who shares real experience of enabling trade receivables electronic discounting system in their business for better cash flow, profitability, business growth, vendor management, etc. Before we begin, a quick note. The views expressed in this episode are the CFO's personal experiences with India's TReDS system and are not influenced by any specific TReDS platform or MSME Talk. For better experience, I would suggest you to switch to 1.25x speed and also don't miss to subscribe at the rate MSME Talk on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify. Thank you very much, Mr. Mohapatra, for joining MSME Talk. Can you briefly introduce yourself and your company?
Yeah, thank you, Tripti ji, for having me here. And it is wonderful talking to you. I represent Harsh Constructions Pvt Ltd, okay, as its Chief Financial Officer and as a key management person. I have been in this company for last 8 years almost. And the company is a civil construction EPC player, purely a government contractor. We are in the areas of national priority. We are constructing airport terminal buildings, integrated court buildings, medical colleges, hospitals, high-rise residential quarters, Maharashtra police housing, and the Sainik school, to name a few of our projects. The company has already crossed, the group turnover has crossed more than 1,200 crores last year and growing at a pace of 40% from last year onwards.
Okay, great. So, Mr. Mohapatra, when you first heard about TReDS, what was your initial perception? Did you hear any doubts, or did you had any doubts in your mind or hesitations before adopting it?
No, from the very beginning, we were aware of the national government's digitization program, Digital India. Okay, and this was part of the Digital India program, wherein they wanted to bring in the bottom of the pyramid, the MSME sector, into the digitization. So, in order to establish not only transparency of the transactions, but also, to make digitization a habit among the constituents. So we were absolutely clear because, since I'm a chartered accountant and I'm fully aware of bill discounting, which we used to do manually, and this is bill discounting on a digital platform. So we were aware of the concepts, but having said that, but this is a digital platform, so how will the platform behave in terms of its various constituents? How long will it take? What is the TAT? And what are the efficiencies that the platform will bring into the system were not known to us. So in order to get acquainted with the same, I personally got involved right from the beginning, literally, as we call it, dirty one's own hands. Okay, right from vendor registration to approving the bids. I was personally involved for few days to get myself oriented with the system.
Okay, got it. So, since your adoption of TReDS, what benefits has your company experienced? Maybe you can share some 2 to 4 improvements in your various areas if you have come across, and share with your peer CFOs.
You see, as a CFO, as I call it LPG, that I am in the business of liquidity, profitability, and growth. As I call it, the LPG. Okay. So TReDS platform first is liquidity. It brings into my system liquidity. Then profitability, because as I pay the vendors upfront and the discounted banks give me credit till from 90 days to 180 days. So it gives me leverage to negotiate the rates with them. So I'm improving the profitability, and by bringing in more and more players into the system, this gives me the ability to grow the revenues faster, because the work execution also gets executed faster, because liquidity goes downstream to all the constituents, and that helps the company to grow. And that is very evident that in 3 years' time we have more than doubled our revenue and still aspiring to grow at a 40% rate. So certainly this trade platform has helped the growth of the company in a very big way.
Okay. It has helped in your other specific areas, like maybe bottom line, net profit increasing,
Yeah,
or
that's why I said profitability, LPG.
yeah,
It helped my
it has helped you
liquidity.
in all the areas.
Yes,
Okay.
the entire LPG, the three pillars of my business:
Okay,
liquidity,
got it.
profitability, and growth.
Okay, and in credit rating, did you get any
See,
support? Like,
credit rating is a function of liquidity of the LPG only. You see,
right,
because of this trade platform, the liquidity of the company has grown, growth of the company is established, profitability also has grown. So that has helped the company to move from a triple B rating to today. Currently, we are A minus rated a company,
okay,
and that has also helped our the bid prices to crash from when we started from 10.5% per annum to we are doing it at 7.9%, sub 8%.
very nice. So overall, there is a benefit in your
Tremendous amount
profitability.
of tremendous amount of benefit not only to us but the vendors that have got registered with us. At one point of during COVID time, many of the vendors, the business was completely, logistics were completely crippled. You know, that time we were not able to pay the vendors for almost 6 months, 7 months, things like that, and now people get paid in 7 days.
Right. So a lot of relationship with the vendors has also improved as per your experience.
Yeah, the relationship has also improved, and not only that, that also has helped them to execute the projects quick at a faster rate.
Very nice. So, Mr. Mohapatra, you still want to continue using TReDS, and currently, actively you are using it, and in the future also.
Yes, trades has become a part and parcel of our business. Okay, it is very much a constituent. We are in the construction business. Trades platform is part and parcel of the very DNA of the business now.
Got it. So, which TReDS platform are you working with, and how has been your experience?
Yeah, so it is a platform which brings in what they engage with us on a day-to-day basis. They give us MIS on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so it has been a very good experience with M1 exchange because we have tried other exchanges. So the other exchanges do not match up in terms of their engagement on a day-to-day basis.
Okay, got it. So, Mr. Mohapatra, what would you like to tell other CFOs and MSME companies who are still not using TReDS?
No, see, what we found when we struggled first, you see, the challenge was in-house and the challenge was external, both. So when I introduced the TReDS platform and I asked for registration, I only got 7 names. Okay, and from those 7 names, because the KYC is a very cumbersome process, even if today also it is a cumbersome process. You see, and the number of documents asked for, it creates an apprehension in the minds of the MSME vendors. That is because the awareness has still not spread to the vendors. The benefits have still not spread. We have registered, we are doing business with 500, more than 500 vendors, and being a Nasik-based company, we are among the largest, what you call, the company in terms of bringing the MSMEs into the trades platform. However, still it takes, when we started, it took almost 3 weeks to get, because we could identify two champions who could volunteer to come on the trades platform. We started at two. When the discounting happened, the word of mouth spread. and then the 7 came, then the 15 came. From 2022 or 3 years now, from two to five, more than 500 vendors, that is the journey that we have taken. So I would request all the CFOs to conduct a vendor awareness program to tell the vendors how it can benefit them first, and then the company. So for them, it is a two-pronged battle, because to convince the in-house, the management, and plus convincing the vendors. So it's a win-win value proposition. So definitely the CFO should take the lead. It has to be driven by the CFO.
Okay, got it. So it has to be driven by the CFOs.
By the CFO.
Incorporation of TReDS facilities
Yes.
in the businesses, whether it is a large company as a buyer or as a MSME as a buyer or a seller.
Very
Okay.
true.
So, Mr. Mohapatra, what is that one piece of guidance you would share with fellow CFOs on how to get the best out of TReDS since you have been using since few years?
See, the best to get it is, see, first of all, your cost of goods sold, okay, is a major constituent of any business. More than 70 to 75% to 85% can be the cost of goods sold. Depending on what is the constituent of the MSME, like for us, it is definitely more than 30 to 35%. Now it can go to 40% of my revenue, which the MSME vendors bring to the table. So, if you I told you 3% crashing the business, what you call interest rate, can give them, the complete mileage of substantial savings of interest cost, rather the procurement cost. They can negotiate better. They can have better liquidity. So it is the CFOs who can contribute much better by adopting the TReDS platform. Okay.
Okay, got it. So, thank you so much, Mr. Mohapatra, for joining MSME Talk and sharing your experience of using TReDS as a facility for invoice discounting and increasing the ecosystem for the MSMEs, also involving more than 500 MSMEs you have incorporated on TReDS through your setup, which is really commendable.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you so
also feel
much.
proud to be part of the nation building program of the government of India.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So that motivates us.
Absolutely. So thank you so much and all the best for your business growth. Let it grow at 100% and just not 30-40%.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay. Dear listeners, since last 3 years, you have been listening to MSME Talk audio podcast on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, etc. Now it is available in video format on YouTube as well. Also, I would like to tell that more information and updates are not covered on podcast, for which you have to ensure that you subscribe our newsletter and follow us on social media. Links are given in description.